A lot of news about Brazil as regards the World Cup, obviously, the Olympics coming up in 2016. And what we're hearing a lot about as well is the cost of living in Rio. In fact, the cost of everything in Rio. How do you find that as someone who lives here? For, you know, any advice you have for tourists? Do you find that it's very expensive here now?
From the tourist point of view, it will depend on what the strength of the dollar and euro is. You know, so 2 years ago, the dollar was at 1.6. So 1.6 reais, which is the Brazilian currency, would buy you $1, right? Or $1 would get you $1 real 60. And now it's at 2.4. So there's been a 50% increase. In other words, an American will feel 50% richer. As compared to 2 years ago. That's a big difference. Feeling 50% richer is a huge difference when it comes to currencies. So right now, the price, like a price for a dinner, like a romantic dinner, let's say, you know, for 2 people, you know, with let's say 1 bottle of red, 2 appetizers, 2 main dishes, and 1 dessert shared, and a bottle of red, and maybe some water at the beginning, will be around 300 to 400 reais. That works out to be roughly 120 to 160 dollars in most nice restaurants. You know, worth a visit. So that's pretty pricey. Yeah. Even for New York standards, that's pretty pricey. And things used to be worse before, when it was at 1.6, right? So actually on TripAdvisor, for instance, most of the complaints about most restaurants in Rio 2 years ago was just everybody complaining about how everything was really, really expensive. And now the complaints are just back to, you know, the waiter didn't serve me properly, or my fish.
But what about someone coming over on a budget? Because a lot of the establishments in your book, for example, obviously you cater for all budgets. But for somebody coming over who has a very limited budget, is going to be here for 6 days, what would be your advice as to where they should go? What sort of things they should do in the evenings, particularly?
Well, if it's a young person, the advice would be to stay in a hostel. Because not just the hostel is cheap, but because the whole culture around the hostel is people who know how to be thrifty, how to save up, you know, and so if you stay in a hostel, nobody's going to tempt you or invite you to go to an expensive churrascaria or a steakhouse or, you know, some sushi place. You know, they're just going to be like, well, you know, let's just get a pizza and share, you know, or, you know, I'm going to make my own sandwich, you know, and then we'll go, you know, buy a beer in the street corner, you know. So then the whole traveling culture will be a lot cheaper, you know. So that's really you know, that's an advice that I guess, you know, will apply to young people. If it's a couple or a family that wants to come here and not spend much, I guess one advice would be to rent an apartment instead of a hotel. That way you get a kitchen, and you can go to the supermarket, and things are, you know, slightly expensive, but not, you know, not prohibitive, and you can, you know, just make your own food, you know, at home twice or 3 times a day, and the apartment will save you also, because you can get a 1-bedroom, and, you know, and the kids can sleep in the living room or something like that, and it'll be a lot cheaper than a hotel.